In this episode, we're going to wind the clock back and take a look at the third installment of the Naughty Dogs Uncharted Series. Originally released in November of 2011, Drake's Deception would be the last Uncharted game on the PS3. If you're new to the channel, this is where we break games down to their four main components: graphics, sound, gameplay and replay value to give you an overall score. Before we start, make sure you hit the like button, please consider subscribing, it really helps us out, and make sure you follow us over on Twitch, we go live almost every day. Links in the description below. Let's get into it. Arriving only 2 years after the amazing Uncharted 2 among Thieves, Uncharted 3 was never going to make the same kind of graphical jump that was achieved between Uncharted 1 and Uncharted 2. Having said that, I feel like Uncharted 3 is the culmination of all that they had learnt throughout the PS3 era, and pushed that console harder than any other game I can think of. All the things that you come to expect from Naughty Dog are back: the epic set pieces, the sprawling landscapes, and the fantastically acted and voiced cutscenes. But it's not just the graphics that have taken the presentation of this game to a new level, it's also the cinematic direction of the game. The camera work and artistic style have really cranked up a notch, really blurring the line between video game and Hollywood movie. The classic Uncharted music is back. It literally takes me about 2 seconds of hearing the Uncharted tune before I'm completely sucked back into these games. The voice acting is top notch, which you would want to be because the game takes a long time to get going. It's very cutscene heavy early on, which you could argue whether or not it's a good thing, but either way the quality is still there. The sound effects in this game recycle a lot of what's come before it in the previous Uncharted games, but I think it's a case of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is probably the one game in the Uncharted series where I struggled a little with the gameplay. It just felt a little bit off. The variety of guns didn't feel quite as good as the previous games, but also the way the gunplay handled felt different too. But let's face it, Uncharted has never been about precision gunplay. It's about bombastic set pieces, long odds and over the top fun. And once you get past the slow start of the game, it really starts to pick up. Especially when you get to the desert, some of the gunfights in the sandstorms can be quite challenging. Especially if you're like me and you have to beat the game on crushing. All the Uncharted games in the original trilogy can be beaten in about 10-15 hours, with the major replay value either going back and finishing the hard difficulty or searching for all the treasures. If you managed to play this game on the PS3, you also got a really good multiplayer experience. But as with the other two games in the PS4's The Nathan Drake collection, there was no multiplayer, which is disappointing. But what amazes me about these games is just like a good movie, despite how many times you've played through it, it's still enjoyable to pick it up and play it again. I also find myself watching all the cutscenes too and not skipping them, which is great. I feel like the high point of the original trilogy was Uncharted 2. This game was always going to have a hard time being compared to such a classic game. There are people that will argue this is a better game of the three, but I have to say that I'm not one of those people. This is a great game. The Uncharted series as a whole is a special place in my heart, but this particular game is my least favourite of the original three. The bar was set so high and unfortunately this game didn't quite reach it. Thanks for watching, don't forget to press the like button. If you could subscribe, that would really help us out. Make sure you follow us on all the socials, we're on Facebook, Instagram and Twitch. Until next time, this has been an LTD Games review.
How convenient.